Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the 22nd episode of Caches and Cantrips Campaign 2, the stream where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons & Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Mac and Cheese Please, Nina Nikolic, Bunny Dreadful, and Virtual Spectre. Moobs is gone.
He's in Japan.
Yeah.
Why do you always say like
he has
Moobs is
left
gone
us?
forever?
Yeah, like he's dead. He's not dead.
I just said he was
Do that to
gone.
him.
I just said he was gone.
That's the way you said it, Max.
Yeah, it's not what I say, it's how I say
It's
it.
not what you said, it's how you said it.
Oh, geez. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Was that last week? God, it feels like a month ago.
Yeah, it feels like 10 years
For
ago.
the charity stream last week over at Obsidian's channel. I think we raised like a total of like $800 during our little like hour and 40 minutes, maybe. So thanks everybody for helped out with that. It was amazing.
Thank you.
I got whipped cream at my nose and my throat was on fire for the whole night, but it was worth it. It was fun. And yeah, those dice were super cool that they gave away too, though. They were really nice. I got to see them in person.
I know. Wanted them.
But anyway, thanks for being here. If you are listening in the future, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you didn't know we have a podcast, well, surprise. We have a podcast. We're almost up to like 3950 plays or so. But if you want to find us, we're over on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple, YouTube, and anywhere else podcasts are distributed. So go check us out. Just look up Caches and Cantrips. We've got this show. We've got our Out of Combat. We also have our Tome of Knowledge show. And speaking of our schedule anyway, Monday nights at 6 p.m. live is Tome of Knowledge. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. is Art with Bun Bun. The dates have changed to Wednesdays, or the days have changed, I should say. And then Thursdays at noon Pacific is when Out of Combat drops on podcast and YouTube. But if you want early access to that stuff, go check out our Patreon over at Casters and Cantrips. Any little support definitely helps us. Patreon helps the most, I will say. But it goes towards us having cool maps and music and awesome stuff like that to make the channel look good. But anyway, aside from that, I think I hit all the high notes. Oh, you can also join our Discord, by the way, at Casters and Cantrips. We're Casters and Cantrips everywhere, except for Twitter because it's too long for that. But who uses Twitter?
I mean, I do, but it's just to look at Gundam models and art.
Fantastic.
That's fair.
Yeah, but or just go check out our YouTube at Casters and Cantrips. Same. I changed all my buttons around, so I'm like struggling to find what button to hit for the commands. This is why I'm taking so long and like stalling, because I changed my layout. I changed the layout when it was the surprise VS last time.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't change it back, so I'm like, where's that button? I hit the wrong one. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good holiday if you celebrated it, or just a good weekend if you don't?
You invented a chicken soup sandwich.
Yeah, you did.
I just
Wow.
been working.
Take all your Thanksgiving leftovers.
Lefters.
You
Your
know
Thanksgiving
what?
lefters.
Damn lefters.
Them lefters, and
Where
then you put
them
them there on some
leftovers?
bread, put them on some cranberry loaf, and then dip the whole thing in gravy.
Ooh-wee.
It's a chicken and turkey soup sandwich.
Did your one-shot character make that?
Yeah, she sure did. Well, you know, she's less of a cook, but you know her mama does. Her mama owns the they're famous for making onion whiskey.
Sounds
Sounds all
terrible.
Delish.
Yeah,
Acquired
like,
taste.
that's terrible. Anyway, we have an extra supersized recap for last time because a lot of stuff happened that we need to.
It's good. I need time to eat my sandwich.
Refresh our memories. So, with that, we'll go ahead and get started for tonight's episode of Casters and Cantrips. Our story last left off with our adventurers waking up in Jacinda's home in the moonlit quarters of Escos They took some time to regain their strength after spending the entire evening dragging Hayden back to the city after being petrified by a basilisk. The group all agreed to go to the Twilight Sanctum that day, which was located in Lotus Heights. The plan was to speak with the Order of the Lotus Robes, which is the group that helped raise Azric, to see if they had any way to heal Hayden. When the party reached that district, they found entry was entirely blocked off by a combination of town guards and the Elysian Watch. A large crowd had formed and rumors were spreading like wildfire throughout the crowd. Emmy wild-shaped into a small squirrel to get a better vantage point to see what was going on. She found that all the streets were currently barricaded, and she realized that there was a lot of activity around the Lotus Luminarium, which was the museum of artifacts that some of the group had previously toured. The party rendezvoused with their dragonborn friend Zillajarn, and he informed them that something had been taken from the Luminarium, but he had no idea what. He said there were rooms inside of this Luminarium that were kept secret. These vaults were under the protection of the Elysian Watch and were said to be holding things that were not meant for anyone to have. Zillajarn had heard of rumors that the Divine Order of Conservancy had some sort of foothold somewhere in Escos and a base of operations of sorts, and he believed they had something to do with the heist. With Zillajarn's help, the party were able to convince Watcher Nixara that they could assist with the investigation. She agreed that they could potentially help in this matter and escorted them to the Eventide Citadel, which was the home of the Elysian Watch. They all swore an oath of secrecy before entering, where they continued throughout the halls until they reached the center of the compound known as the Hall of Alicia. It was there that the party met High Warden Illyrion, otherwise known as the Dawn. During this meeting, the party learned that these rumored vaults were true. They held potentially dangerous artifacts from around the time of the catastrophe. The item stolen in particular, a small lockbox, was believed to hold artifacts that were directly involved in the catastrophe of the Broken Continent. This small chest was also believed to be magically sealed. The High Warden strongly believed that the Divine Order of Conservancy was involved in the theft, however, he had no proof. And the Elysian Watch opening a public investigation into the Order would definitely cause waves throughout the city-states. He also stated that he could not officially ask the group to take on this investigation, as it could be used to directly implicate the Watch. If the party were to get caught, the only choices the High Warden would have would be to do nothing and let them succumb to their fate, or to essentially start a war. The party agreed to take on this task in return for the Watch healing Hayden of his petrification. They were then escorted back to the Luminarium with the lone member of the Watch that would be overseeing the mission. The group was introduced to Watcher Kor, the half-orc paladin. After some introductions and pleasantries, per se, the investigation was underway. However, as the group was leaving the museum, something came over Azric. He became very weak, his vision blurred, and he was uncontrollably shivering. Azric's fears had become his reality. His ailments had returned, and he was rushed to the Twilight Sanctum into the hands of the Order of the Lotus Robes once again. As he laid in bed, being tended by these monks, he urged the party to continue the mission so that Hayden could be cured. And that is where we'll begin our adventure this evening. And you had all, I believe, had just stepped outside of the Twilight Sanctum.
So I think Core headed out before everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just waiting outside with his back turned towards you guys.
Maybe he's sort of looking to Core, looking at Taj, looking nervously like, what do we do?
Core turns around, says, "So, are we finished?"
Yes, let us go.
Cooter's just moping. She follows, but she's moping.
I do have one question. Were you all going to tell me that your friend was deathly ill before we struck out on this mission together? Or was it going to be a surprise?
I didn't know he was suffering like this. Did
He's
you know anything?
deathly ill.
We found out when you found out. There is no ill intent behind it.
What touched it?
Wonderful. Is anybody else going to drop dead before we leave?
Cooter might throw up. Do you
I
have your
can't
bucket, Cooter?
speak for myself. I've always got my bucket. Yeah.
Maybe she's got her bucket, so really, I mean, we're fine. I think it's fine.
I
And
still
Taj
have
is-
at least maybe another century in me, son.
Taj is like
I'll
the
have
picture
you
of health. She
know.
always looks really good.
I like fling my hair back, like
It's like the wind follows her
Of course
around.
I
I really
do.
don't know how she does it.
Okay.
I wish I had druidcraft.
I don't have it, or else I'd do it for you.
One time, I was like,
I could use gust or something, but you might. It's like-
You just-
not the same effect. My hair's like a mess, and I'm like, eh.
I feel like Taj would still look good somehow, and we'd be like, "Oh, fuck."
If there's nothing else, I suggest we get a move on.
Well, okay, but so, like, you know, as your Taj in charge, and that's fine. You can be in charge, but I feel like you need to well, when Azric's in charge, usually he'll say something like nice and inspiring and like make us all feel like we want to be in the group.
Listen, I didn't ask for this, and I'm sure you guys don't want to be here either, correct?
Oh, I just go along with the wind these days, I suppose.
I mean, I want to be here. I'm happy to help if something was stolen and they need help finding it. And then I might get a look at a cool artifact while I'm at it. Because in the museum, you can't really look at them because, you know, they're like behind glass and stuff. So, okay, I'm doing it again.
Then
The sooner we find this thing, we can all part ways. You can rejoin your comrade, and I can get back to doing what it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
is it as you
So-
were supposed to be doing?
I'm a watcher. Everything that
What do you
title
watch?
entails is my job.
Well, let us go. And you watch our backs. And I just like strut, like
Is it like he's in charge, but we all know who's really in charge kind of thing? You're like, I'm going to let you like take the lead, but whatever. Love it.
I mean,
When he starts falling and starts trying to like, yeah.
the way I
Like,
understood
she
it
wants
was
to like be like Taj, but it doesn't really quite work. And she kind of like trips and stumbles and it's like, it's fine.
what was it, Max? The way I understood it was like he's required to go to ensure that this group can
Yeah.
complete the task.
Basically,
Yeah, we're just
supervising.
sassing you.
Yeah. I just don't want. It's been 2 weeks. So
We liked Hayden. We got plenty of time to know him. We just met this dude.
well, we'll see how much you like him. All right.
Let's go.
So you are walking in the area of, it's called the Zenith Gardens, I believe. Nope, sorry. let me get my stuff right. No, it is, I believe. So yeah, you're in the Lotus Heights Twilight Sanctum. Too many buildings.
Yeah.
South Garden
many
is where the
buildings.
the watch is. So you kind of step outside the sanctum. This is the same area where the museum is as well. And you see sort of a young human man, probably like late teens, maybe early 20s, with kind of like bushy, like brown hair, like brown eyes. He's wearing like some padded armor, like a gambeson that doesn't really fit him, and has a short sword, and it's like flopping around on his belt. And he's like just sprinting as hard as he can, and has something in one of his hands. And he sort of like runs, and then runs past you all, and then stops and almost falls over, and then kind of comes back. Sorry. Watch your.
You're all right, lad.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Watch your core. Initiate, Tobin. And he just like hands this piece of paper out to you.
Okay, I'll just take it out of his hands.
You were not impressed by the least. What a poor excuse of a member of the Elysium Watch.
Is that all?
That's the list I was supposed to give you to talk about I forgot the word. Things that happened yesterday that could be related. And
Right.
things that happened today that you need to know about.
Great. Straighten yourself out.
Okay.
Take a breath. And return to your post.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah, and he like turns around on his heels and like goes to run and like trips over himself and like falls over and like clambers up and like just starts sprinting off in the direction of the Luminarium.
I like him. Okay, we have I open up the thing. What do we got?
So you have a couple things. First off, there is word that they have questioned some of the patrons inside the Luminarium that were there after hours. Some of them had very little information to give, talked about some people coming in and were rude and were talking very loudly and were asked to shush, but didn't really pay him any mind. There was one of the workers who was there at the desk that evening named Bartholomew, who says he didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, nothing out of the ordinary. Nobody came in the front doors. Like he's like, I didn't even know anything happened. You have heard that Sir Roderick is gravely wounded, but is not dead. And potentially you could get some information from him. He's a little worse for wear, but in time he might be okay. It's still kind of shaky at this point.
Okay.
Sir Roderick, for you would know, is also Elysian Watch. He is a watcher, but he holds his previous family's title. He's allowed to do that, as he was sort of similar to like what a knight would be.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a special circumstance in his case, where certain cultures and city-states still hold on to old like imperial customs and such.
To say, because they don't have that here in the city states. There's no such thing as like a feudal system.
Depends on which one you go to. Those are so far the things that are information that they've learned today regarding this investigation. They have some other sort of events that have gone on in the city, just sort of things that might have been out of the ordinary. There are reports of a sort of unexpected magical surge of energy that happened in the Crescent district. There are reports, rumors of people smuggling things inside and in and out through the Silver's Embrace Tavern, which where the party, other than Core, have been staying this whole time in the city. There is also reports of an antique dealer that has allegedly been telling patrons he has rare artifacts for sale. So those are sort of three kind of things that you can go look into or go talk to people, whatever you all choose. It's your investigation. You run it how you want.
Can I make a suggestion?
By all means.
You're just listening straight away.
Well, I haven't read this, but it came from a book, I'm pretty sure. So that means it's probably right. But I heard one sailor talking to another sailor about a book he read that was a detective story, and the detective would go and investigate crimes. And he said that you always go back to the scene of the crime first. And then something about little gray crabs.
What do crabs have
maybe
to
that-
do with the crime?
I might remember that wrong. Don't worry about it. Well, I just thought we should go to the scene of the crime because that's what they were saying you do. I've never investigated before myself personally.
Yes, but what do they have to do with anything to do with crabs?
I think maybe I got bored or misunderstood that part, or maybe I was underwater when I heard it. Because now that I say it out loud, it doesn't really make sense, does it? I mean, I do have a crab, but yeah, I don't think that's going to help. Unless I send Bucket to investigate the scene of the crime.
But maybe we all investigate the scene of the crime.
That's probably better. You're right.
And then if we need to use your crab, then we use it, but it might do us all some good.
Started walking in the direction where he believes Sir Roderick might be hospitalized.
Mm-hmm. So you,
So
a couple things.
as you guys were talking, he's just kind of
He just like ignored us.
Yeah, Core, for your
I don't know
information,
if I can say
they
any more to
met you
people.
at the scene of the crime, where you had already searched and found Jack.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I thought that was the case, which was
Yeah. But it's still a
Yeah,
valid
I didn't mean it
suggestion.
as real. I didn't mean it as a real idea. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah,
just
it was it may be-
helping.
Yeah,
They're just setting the scene. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just getting in the
you,
character.
yeah, you would know that they've probably, if he's in a stable sort of condition and not like in fear of dying, they probably would have moved him back to the Citadel outside
Okay.
of the Sanctum where you are now, where Azric is.
Okay.
The Elysian Watch, just they like to keep things in house if they can, but if things are bad enough, they'll ask for help. They're very sort of self-sufficient if they need be.
Okay. If that's the case, then might save that till later. What was okay of these things listed here?
So Sir Roderick might be up for talking. Mentioned Bartholomew was working that evening in the Luminarium. Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. Nobody came in that seemed weird to him. Talked to other patrons. They just mentioned that there were people that were rude there, but they didn't have like a description or anything like that. And then the three sort of incidents that might be of note are the magical surge, rumors of smuggling at the tavern, the Silver's Embrace Tavern, and the antique dealer.
I guess from where we are now, we close-ish to the tavern.
So you currently are in Lotus Heights. So it's probably equidistant to between the tavern.
I'm at the
sort of
harbor.
Yeah, the tavern's at the harbor, and
Okay.
then the way it's laid out is like there's harbor is like where you go in, center. To the east is the Moonlit Quarter. To the west is the Crescent, and then Lotus Heights and Zenith Gardens are kind of at the top. Almost like think of like a star, an upside down star, kind of that.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind asking around at that tavern. If there was any individuals that were pretty shady.
Oh, I could do with a good meal. Feeling so off my game.
Shall we check into
We
the
didn't were
smugglers?
here. We would go and get a whiskey too, and maybe a rum, and then maybe something else.
She's like a little bit like, yeah, how you get like real jittery when you still need time to like,
Who is it?
Process.
yeah.
Who was this, Hayden?
Oh, that's who we were trying to get healed because he got turned into a statue.
Ah. Shame.
We've been through a lot lately.
Well, I guess we can hope for an easy task ahead of us, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just need everyone to be as sharp as they can possibly be. Is that fair to ask?
Yes, we'll go to the tavern.
Okay.
You can ask around. I'll just get myself some sustenance and a drink, and I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Yes.
Just hold on to your bucket on the way there, and it'll be okay. You can lead the way. We're ready.
Okay. I guess Cora will head in the direction of the tavern.
Yeah.
So you begin heading to the south to make your way out of Lotus Heights into Dusk Harbor. Then you can see that just in like any other day, there are like several ships docked coming in and out. This is kind of like the busy like import-export quarter where the party originally came in on their ship. Your ship's still there. The unfortunate, it's currently docked. People are coming on and off and working and doing stuff if you happen to see it or care. And the tavern that you all are staying in is just like right off the harbor. It was like the first one you came across. Okay, let's go find somewhere to sleep kind of thing. It's pretty busy. It's let's say around lunchtime. And one thing that you notice is as you're making your way through Dusk Harbor, this is where some of like the sort of floating markets are, where you had bought a bell earlier to replace for the ship from the lady on the boat, who haggled with you a bit. A lot of sort of the boats on this sort of canal from the rivers that come in and converge into Escotes are sort of being moved out of the way. And you can see a lot of members of the clergy, Order of the Lotus Robes are like preparing for something. And last you had all heard, previous day, or I think early this morning from Zillajarn, is that they weren't sure how they were going to hold their sort of ritual this evening for the full moon, because it's always happened at the Sanctum, but currently that district is blocked. As they're doing in this investigation in the Luminariums. Don't know how long it's going to take, but it looks like they have transitioned this to sort of like the open air, like floating markets, and they're going to try and make do.
Okay. Do I know, as we're walking up towards the tavern, any of these smaller boats carrying, I don't know, miscellaneous items? Like, not so much food stuffs and whatnot, but like stuff that looks like it could be maybe jewelry or trinkets or?
Oh yeah, like tons of
Okay.
that. Like especially like right as you come off the harbor, this is like full on like knickknacks, like little like like souvenir type stuff, things to just buy to have. Like, hey, I went to Escos. Like, look what I got. Like
Okay.
all kinds of that stuff. Yeah. What's the? Yeah.
T-shirts with the location on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Escos and all I got was a shirt.
Yeah.
Or went to Escos.
Oh
all
my
I got
god,
was a
I'm gonna
bell.
make that.
Awesome.
I want one.
Fantastic.
Okay. Well, for there, I guess head in.
Yeah, and it's still like morning-ish. It's like prime time, like brunch time, I guess, if you had to say, like in between breakfast and lunch. And the place is hopping. People are getting food, they're having drink, whatever. There's merchants, there's sailors. I mean, they can do whatever they want, right? So they come in, place is busy, and you can see that the shopkeep, or I guess I should say the proprietor here, who some of you have met before, is sort of a middle-aged half-elven woman, sort of long light-colored blonde hair and warm brown eyes, and she looks like swamped. If any of you have ever worked retail, it's like you show up to work and you're like, did they not schedule anybody else? What the fuck? Like, it's that kind of scenario where she's like just doing everything and like sending orders back to the kitchen.
Okay, but just the crowd's just typical sailor type of.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that, go ahead. I was just
Oh, okay. Well, Cora's looking to talk to the shopkeeper, whoever was here in the last 24 hours. I don't know what everybody else is gonna do.
Kuda's muted. Kuda's trying desperately to like be seen in front of the bar to try to order something, but it's so busy and so like crazy. And she's like, I just need to settle my stomach. I just need to chill out for a second, and I just need to catch my breath.
so the half-elven woman is like slinging drinks and food and like doing everything, and then sees just like little turtle hands just kind of come up like to the bar since you're small, and she's like peers over. I'm so sorry. What can I get you? It's a little busy.
Oh, please, whatever's just easiest for you. I've just so shaken today.
Food,
I'm
drink,
not really picky. Oh, both, please.
right up. And she just sort of goes behind the counter, and there's like a big like stew pot essentially, and she sort of scoops a bowl into it and tosses it on the counter for you.
Might
and
I
then-
have a couple more for my friends as well, just
Oh.
in case?
Right. How many of you are you?
3, 4, 4 of us total, I believe.
Oh, got it. And
Yes.
she
Thank
she starts pouring some ales and some getting some more stew, and she sort of ends up in her mind for a second. Right, that's gonna be 14 silver.
Oh, take 20, please.
Wow.
You've saved my life today.
It's just stew, love.
Oh, you have no idea.
Right, well, let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh,
As she wanders back over and tries to find a table and calls the others over to fill their bellies.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
He kind of pretends like she's
Or-
sipping, but does not sip the drink.
of course not. Well, not really here for that.
They came in, ordered brunch. They're gonna hang out.
The thing is, like,
actually,
I want to know what's happening. I just feel so out of sorts. But we'll be here filling our bellies if you want to go and ask your questions. I'm sorry I can't be of more help right now. It's been a lot. It really has. And she just starts weeping into her stew.
Just eat. Taj. Taj.
I am going to do whatever you guys want to do.
I'm going to question shopkeep, and I'd like you to be there.
And I like follow.
I guess we'll approach back.
Okay.
You seem to be... You have a better head than your teammates right now.
Rude.
They don't always have their wits about them. This is true.
I guess we'll approach the counter.
And she's still as busy as ever. What can I get you?
Well, no food or drink,
Oh,
but I
right.
need your assistance for a few moments.
Well, I got food, I got drink. What else can I? And she looks over and then sees you. I guess the question is, while you're in the city, are you wearing your watcher garb, or are you wearing something a little more discreet at this stage of the investigation?
At this stage, he's probably... I mean, he's probably got some sort of like cloak over his armor, but it's his good armor. Like, it's what he fights in, so he's got it underneath. But he just kind of, I don't know, I guess, pulls it aside so she can see.
Yeah, she's like, I got food, I got drink. I'm sorry, Watcher. What can I do for you? I'm by myself here, and well, it's a bit nutty this morning.
Well, hopefully this will only take a few minutes. Is there a place we can speak in private? Just a few minutes.
Yeah, we can go in back. And then you see sort of a young elven woman kind of come in with like apron half on. And she looks over. It's about damn time. Get your ass back here. It's like, sorry. And she puts the apron on, and you see her. She's starts casting a spell on the stew. And it looks like she's like touching it and kind of and it seems to sort of come up to heat and boil a little bit as she does it. Taj, you would know this is prestidigitation. And so she's heating up. She's like, no, not the stew. You're in charge here for now. And her eyes kind of and she just shakes her
Emmy's
head.
not seeing this, but can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is prestidigitation, is that one of the magics that's like outlawed, like that would raise suspicion?
It is arcane magic. But people are able to be registered.
Oh,
Arcane
so she could just be
casters
like registered?
that have certain tasks
Okay.
that they're allowed to do and certain spells.
Although
they're allowed
this
to
was
cast.
a city state where like that wasn't very likely. That was the other one. Okay.
Only Rosadon is not allowed at all.
Thank you. Sorry, I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
no
sure I
worries.
understood.
And she sort of, all right, come on back up now that my help's here. She sort of like side eyes the young girl who's kind of just like standing behind the counter, and like 5 people are like trying to order at the same time. All right, come on back. And she leads you back, and then you go through sort of the kitchen. In the kitchen area, there's a human man who's like just trying to like make food as fast as possible, and he looks like he's overwhelmed. And she just kind of doesn't even pay attention and just goes back into like sort of a smallish office. There's like enough room for like a desk and maybe like 1 or 2 people to sit down aside from her. And she kind of takes a seat. She goes, come on in. What can I do for you? And she looks up and sees Taj following. Is she with...
She's with me.
Oh, all right.
As I said, this will only take a few minutes, hopefully. To put it plainly, I'm in charge of an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I will not give you any details, but word has spread that there has been potentially some strangers either in through here recently or in the harbor proper that could be potentially running illicit goods.
Well, hold on here, Watcher. First off, most of my clientele is strangers. I'm in the Dusk Harbor. I can't tell who's doing what or what they're shipping and where they're coming from. Second of all, none of that's here. All I do is serve drinks and food. I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
But you might be around people and overhear conversations, no?
Miss, does it look like I have time to listen to conversations? Did you see out there?
But as you were delivering something, you might have overheard a piece of information that we need.
I have no
Keep
idea.
in mind, this is not... We're not here for you.
We are not accusing you of anything. We simply need your help.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about here. I've just...
But you have
I'm
not
here
even
serving-
heard what we are talking about, so how do you not know?
Well, you're talking about illicit goods coming through my establishment, and that's categorically false. I'm sorry.
But
Now,
maybe you heard some people talk about something, maybe a recent thing that they got, like anything at all.
And she's sort of looking between you all. It's like, you're gonna have to be a little more specific because there are merchants that come through here and they get things and take things and ship things all the time. I'm happy to help, but I mean, you start throwing around things about illicit goods and things I overhear, and I don't know how to take it, to be honest.
Maybe somebody took something from a recent job or something that they're bragging about.
I don't know anything about that.
Can I see if she's being honest?
Yeah, make an insight roll.
I totally have my dice on me totally right now.
Yeah.
Can we say, since we're both kind of questioning that we're both kind of trying to dig at some truth here, maybe she can have advantage?
Yeah. You are trained in insight, so you can give her advantage.
16.
So, when you were speaking with her, you know that as soon as you brought up like illicit goods, she just like shut down and is like not talking anymore, not gonna like implicate anybody. And she's just like, oh, you said illegal, sorry. It's basically like the fantasy version of like, oh, my lawyer, sorry, like kind of thing. So without any other leverage or any other rolls or any other evidence, she's probably just gonna lock up. So it's up to you how you want to go from here.
We are all involved in things that maybe we should not be involved in, or things that we should not know. And I use like a light spell and like turn on like a light and then turn it off, you know, like a cantrip. I am not supposed to do this, but I know, and it is okay. We are not here. We are
Your
not
parlor
here to
tricks
hurt
aren't
you.
gonna fool me. Daisy can do that out there. She's got, I mean, this part of her license, so, whoa, you can make lights. Is that supposed to scare me?
I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to
Is this
level
an
with you.
intimidation tactic that you're trying?
No, I am here to level with you. I'm here to say that I have nothing to hide, and neither should you.
I don't either. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about anything illegal happening here. Maybe some of the people that coming through might not be on the up and up, but I don't know anything about that. I can't keep track of all the people that come in and out. I'm the busiest tavern here. I'm right across the harbor.
Well, that's fine.
He's clamming up unless you all have some sort of like an ability or some sort of skill that you want to try to get her to open up.
I do have Zone of Truth, but
It's up to you all.
I didn't
just
really
giving you
come
the
here
facts.
to.
I mean, if this is our person that's going to tell us something, you might as well, because like you said a word that she's just not going to talk to us. So like
Yeah.
we're getting nowhere. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like you do it or you don't, or we
Yeah,
don't find it. Like
defensive.
it's like if you don't do it, we leave.
Yeah, she got defensive real quick, and I don't know why. So, I'm gonna be honest. We came here with no intention of arresting anyone or even accusing anyone of anything. However, this is a very important investigation, and I don't appreciate having my time wasted. So, if you would remain seated, we'll ask a few more questions.
This is your last opportunity to share free will.
But how do I, let me see, do I have my, I'm trying to remember what I picked. Okay, it's an amulet. And you see Core grasp his amulet, says a few words, and then with his finger traces kind of around her and on the floor. And what is it? I don't know spells.
It's a 15-foot radius sphere, Zone of Truth.
Oh, sphere. Basically, it's just a circle on the floor around her, faintly glows.
All right.
No. I'd appreciate it. For just be cordial with me. Be helpful. We have reasonable suspicion that within the past 24 hours at least, if not longer, strangers coming through, trying to hawk illicit goods. This place was named in particular. Have you heard anyone speak of this? Or have you seen anyone of note that looks particularly shady that you might be able to describe to us?
You would know that she failed her saving throw since you cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And she just is like, and it looks like she's going to do the same old she's been doing. And she goes, look, like I said before, people are smuggling things here. And looks surprised at what came out of her mouth.
Well, continue.
What did you do to me?
My job.
I told you you had one last offer to do it with your own free will, then you refused.
Again, we're not interested in you. It's what information you might be able to provide us. So be honest.
What's
We
this
need
about?
information. I'm not at liberty to divulge the missions of the Watch.
Look,
But no, the matter is urgent.
you're messing with my business. I'll tell you what you want to know. Just leave me alone after this if it's really super important, all right? I don't want any trouble.
I already said I'm not here for you.
Oh, look. And she looks like upset, like she goes to talk and then stops herself because she realizes that she can't lie now. Wait, here's the deal. If this gets out, it's gonna ruin me.
We will not tell anybody that it came from you, and we will not share with those that do not need to be shared with.
The whiskey that I sell here It's not local. I import it. It's too expensive to source locally.
Don't care about your whiskey.
I smuggle it in from the Gilded Atoll. I smuggle it so I don't have to pay the import tax. And yeah, I have people that come in at night wearing cloaks and hoods because I don't want people to know, because I don't want to get in trouble, which it appears like I already am. And I don't know who said anything, but that's it. All right, I import my whiskey. It's not local. I'm sorry.
This is not about your whiskey.
That's the only smuggling going on here.
It is not about what is happening here. It is about maybe something that you have heard of others.
You're aware of my station, are you not?
I'm very aware, Watcher.
And do you think the Watch would waste time sending someone like me to investigate illegal booze?
I don't know what's on your schedule. I'm just telling you, the only kind of smuggling happening here is what I described. Everything else on the up and up, besides not paying the import tax, but that's part of the smuggling, so I kind of put it as one package. But I promise you, there's nothing else going on here. That's all. Haven't heard of anything else, and that's the truth.
So
There was something that was recently stolen that maybe you know about.
What I know of Zone of Truth, when they fail, they can't deliberately lie, but they can just say true things that have nothing to do with what you're really trying to get at.
They could, so they can't speak a deliberate lie.
Like she could be telling the truth about the alcohol, but knowing that's not kind of like what we're here for.
He also said that's the only smuggling going on here.
Okay.
Mind you, the list that you got were incidents and events that seemed not normal in the city. So from what you would know, the watch doesn't have squat at this point for evidence. So they are talking to everyone that was in the town from the previous night that was a visitor, and this list that was sent to you is just like stuff that happened.
Okay.
Grasping at straws.
All right. That paints a little clearer picture now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
okay. Well, then Cora will let up the spell.
I'm not going to jail, am I? I'm so sorry. I will source local. I'll never deal with those people again.
Stop. I said it at least 5 times. Not here for you.
Okay.
But it's kind of bad that we do know something is up here, so I'm willing to turn a blind eye if you really tighten down your operation.
Of course. 100%.
Better get back to the kitchen.
Well, luckily. Never mind.
Thank you for your help.
She opens the door and just like storms out. Doesn't see you out. Just gets back out in front. So while that's going on, Cooter and I guess I should say does Emmy or does Core and Taj have anything they want to discuss before we switch over to what Emmy and Cooter are doing during that time?
I was gonna say something, but she already left, so it doesn't matter now. So
you can say it. You can say that she's gonna storm out.
I was gonna, because she stopped herself from saying something, and I was gonna ask her, like, no, go on. What were you gonna say?
Sorry, Gregory's in the kitchen. I work the front, but it doesn't matter. It's because
as long as there's nothing else that you need to tell us.
Right. It's because
It is
Core
not
said
about
go to the
you,
kitchen.
but more about the patrons who are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Core. He's like, just whatever to get out of here.
I promise if I hear anything about smuggling or illegal things, you'll be the first to know. I'll
It's not even about smuggling. It is about the recent score someone might have gotten. Maybe somebody stole something, and then someone else stole the thing that they stole. You know, that is what we're looking for. It has nothing to do with you, or booze, or
Got it.
anything like that.
How do I get a hold of you if I have something to... I'll just wait. and if I hear anything, I'll just go to the nearest person of the watch and say that I need to talk to you two. All right. Can I go now?
Please.
All right.
I send her like a message with a cantrip in my head space and in her head space. That's like, if you know like anything that you just don't want to say around him, like please like give me a sign by like tugging your earlobe or something, or like something like that.
And she's walking. She goes, oh, and she just like walks slowly, and she goes, hello. I'll let you know. I promise. And then, yeah, into your head. So she's out. And when you step out of her office, poor Gregory is like burning some meat on the stove, and is just like out of sorts. So now we'll go back to Cooter and Emmy. Cooter, you were frying into your stew, and Emmy was kind of sitting there with you. Is there anything you want to discuss before they get back?
Oh, I think I'm feeling a little better. I just needed a. It's been a while since we got to just kind of sit down for a moment and have some good food. So, how are you feeling, dear? Are you okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just so we have to find this thing, because that's how we're gonna get Hayden back, and then Hayden will know how to fix Adric. So we have to do this. We have to do this thing, Cooter. So okay,
Yes,
so we came here.
yes,
we came here
do.
because we're gonna talk to people. What am I supposed to be doing? I mean, he's like scooted her drink towards Cooter, like, here, you can have this.
She goes and starts sipping. Sweetheart, Taj and Core have gone to interview some people here.
People.
So maybe
So we think somebody here might like know something.
Oh, maybe. I mean, anyone anywhere could know things, but
I'm really good at this. Well, okay, when I say I'm really good at this, I don't mean I'm really good at this. I mean Bucket's really good at this. Not your Bucket, my Bucket. Okay, and I'm gonna pull Bucket out of my pocket.
Can we see anyone in the immediate vicinity that might look suspicious?
The bar is full of like merchants and like sailors and just like travelers. So up to you what you would consider suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Perhaps, what do you think Bucket might be able to pick up some information?
He's really good at listening. Well, I'm really good at listening through him because, okay, so you know how I said that I stowed away on a boat to like come to land?
Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't my first time going up onto a boat. So I like to go up on boats like at night and listen to the sailors talk. And that's how I found out a lot about people on the surface, because I didn't really know anything otherwise, you know? So pretty much everything I know about surface people is from like sailors at sea, which probably explains why there's a lot of things I seem to not know now that I think about it. Anyways, so I'm going to send Bucket to just like scuttle around, and then we will listen to what he hears and see if anybody says anything.
One moment before to hold that thought.
Okay, I'm holding it.
Kuda's just gonna do a quick scan of the room and see if she can see anyone who's acting a bit like
Shady.
they're more kind of like hunching over, whispering to each other rather than like, you know how most people in the tower, they're like jolly, they're having their food, they're yelling, they're talking, they're doing whatever. And then there's like the people who are trying to be really nondescript, which you don't see unless you're actually looking for them. She's going to keep an eye out for people like that.
Gotcha. So you're scanning the room, and as you're sort of looking, trying to get an idea of what's going on, you spot a couple of individuals that are kind of huddled over, and they're speaking a little bit sort of intensely. And you're trying to get a beat on like who these people might be, What are they talking about?
Yeah.
And you see that there's
what I
two halfling men that are sort of huddled and like talking and whispering to each other. And you're sort of keyed in on this conversation. And
Those two over there, dear. Send him
Okay,
to them.
Bucket. I hold Bucket.
Low key. Very low
Hold
key.
Bucket. Like I'm aiming him, and I'm like, "Do you see them? Yes, those ones." And he's like, "Dee, dee, dee, dee." Oh yeah, should I hold that closer for the people at home? So Bucket's like, "Do, do, 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 do." I got this. He holds my glasses. He's a like a pen holder. He holds my glasses. All right, Bucket, go get them. And Bucket's gonna like across the floor. And as he gets closer, he starts stealthing, and he's like, he's like scuttling, and he's gonna go and try to hide like under the tables and listen to people. And I'm gonna use. Hold on, let me see if this has a somatic. I made it verbal. Sure
What are you
doesn't.
doing?
No verbal. I'm gonna cast Beast Sense. So I'm gonna pretend to fall out of my chair so I can do like a whoa and cast a Beast Sense, and then I'm gonna actually fall out of my chair. So then people end up believing it because it's me. So
what does Beast Sense do?
I can see and hear what it hears.
Oh, you can do that with Find Familiar anyway. You can see through your
Just
familiar.
kidding. I forgot he's not even a real animal. He's my familiar. I thought he was my pet. Just kidding. I don't waste a spell slot. Okay.
Just kidding. I'm not a hunter.
Just kidding.
So you're seeing through Bucket's eyes, and Emmy, I think you've described this before. How you look? Does it look like you're like warging out, like Game of Thrones style kind of situation, or?
Yeah, I kind of like, and then my eyes kind of like roll back a little
And
bit.
Kuda's just like, oh, don't worry, she'll be right in a moment. Sometimes she just, because there are some obviously people like, oh my gosh, she just fell. Is she okay? Like, what's going on? And
I'm
Kuda's
not
just like,
falling.
oh,
I did trip and fall,
Well,
and then
yeah,
as I
but
tripped,
then-
but
but
I
then
didn't
you're
have to cast a
having a-
spell. So
Well,
I
someone's
didn't
like,
have to do the fake fall.
she
So I
can't
just
hold her
actually fell.
liquor. And someone else is like,
no,
no,
she
why do
does
these people
this
get through?
sometimes. But it's like you're having a seizure or something, though,
I
right?
didn't
Because your
even need
eyes
to
are
do
like
that, but that's
doing-
fine. I'm on the ground. Yeah, it's like
you
she's
know.
drunk and having a seizure, and you're just like, oh, she's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got this. It's all right. I'll just hold her hand. She'll be okay soon. No problem. Go on with what you were doing. No worries.
And as you're looking through Bucket's eyes, you're kind of creeping close to the table that Cooter was kind of pointing out to you for these shady individuals.
And I'm going to be describing stuff for Cooter too, so it's like she's there, seeing it.
So you
Like
see
Emmy's going to be like telling her what's happening.
two halfling men, sort of plainly dressed. One of them has like a sandy blonde hair. The other has like a light brown hair. They look kind of similar. They like could be related. Maybe you're not sure. And they're sort of talking into a low voice. And then someone drops their food at their table. One of them got the stew. Someone else got sort of like cooked meat, and it looks kind of like charred on the outside. And he goes, "What the hell is this burnt?" And he sort of puts his head up because they were talking, whispering really closely. And you see him talk to this person, and it's Barry from the ship. And you recognize that it's Gear and Barry, the two
Are you
halflings,
serious?
are talking in the bar.
All right, Bucket's gonna pinch one of them in the toe and then run off.
Hello. And they sort of look around and don't see anything. And Barry's like, "This boss sucks." And Gear's like, "Tell me about it."
So Bucket will run to the next table. He
Yeah.
knows the drill. We've done this. Him and Emmy have done this. She uses him to spy on people all the time.
Yeah, and
Well, she doesn't call it spying, but
as you sort of make your rounds around here, the place is packed. You see Boulder and Swift, who are the borrowed crew from the Banshee, are here.
yeah, not them.
You see some other patrons, and you see a couple more people from the ship. And like, there's nobody like suspicious, like being
Somebody
shady
with like a
in
black
here.
cloak, like sitting in the
No.
corner. Okay.
No, a bunch of sailors and some incognito pirates from your ship.
If there's nobody else besides people from our ship,
Yeah.
but there's not anybody talking about like shipments coming in and out kind of things, like sailors. Okay. Well, if there's nobody besides our ship, then I'm at least gonna listen into the two guys that we got from Blackbeak.
Swift and Boulder.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of come up to Swift and Boulder, where Swift is an elf woman, has sort of like long silver hair with blue eyes, looks very like agile, almost like an acrobat. And then Boulder is a half orc who's got a big hulking dude. And they're just kind of like chit chatting, talking about like how long are we gonna be here? Like, why aren't we doing anything? Like, we've been taking care of the ship, getting supplies. Now we're just drinking all day, which they have no problem with. It's kind of like just normal banter, nothing like weird going on.
All right, well, I'll pinch one of them in the toe too, and then scurry on my way.
Yeah, and you pinched Boulder, and he's like, oh, what the hell? And he sort of looks around and doesn't see, and like sees like the next closest person to him, and stands up. He goes, "What'd you do that for?" And gets in their face, and it's this human man who's got like this really long, like blonde hair and like a little mustache and like pointy goatee. He's like, "I didn't do anything at all. I have no idea what you're talking about." And he's like, "Don't do anything." And he like shoves him. And then like the bar kind of stops, and everyone like turns to look. Like you hear like the chairs like scooching. And he just starts to look around. He's like, I'm sorry. It will never happen again. You better not." And he sits back down and just like poof, back into the bench.
Okay. And he's like, and then scoops bucket, scurries back, and she scoops bucket up and puts him back in her pocket.
Mhm.
Well, that wasn't really as useful as it usually is. Well, to be fair, it's usually about that useful, but every now and then you get something really good.
Oh dear. I guess
don't-
we better wait for our friends
There's
to come
nobody
back.
here that knows anything because pretty much everyone here is from our crew, and we know they didn't steal it. Well, do you think they stole it?
I guess we never know.
Oh gosh. Anyways, that's probably what we're just saying
And-
when they come back.
Yeah,
We're
and
like,
about that time, Core and Taj, they come back out of the back and rejoin you all.
How did you go?
It was a complete waste of time.
Same
Oh.
here.
The only
Well,
thing
not
that-
for me. I feel much better now, a little bit more sharp. I can be of use to you.
The only thing that we might have learned, or maybe a next place to check, is the Guild of the Adult.
Oh, yes, definitely. Well, shall we?
Do we know what was stolen?
Yes, you were in the big meeting room where Watcher Nixara and the Dawn were talking about that it was some sort of like smallish like lockbox chest type scenario that was in a vault that was believed to have been possibly around the time or could have been instrumental to the catastrophe. But
we
you don't
didn't know what was in it.
Yeah, what's in the
Yeah,
box
we don't
is
know
the
what
current
is in it.
Never
question.
been opened, yeah.
That is the
Well,
question. It's
Is there
magically
a way
sealed.
that we could find out what was in the box so we know what they stole, so we know maybe why they stole it? Do you think that guy that you hate would know, Cooter?
Oh, the god. Oh, yeah. Oh, do we have to?
No, it's just a backup idea. I think we should go to the other place that Taj said first. She definitely
Well,
said the better
I
option
mean,
first.
listen, if we have core discuss with him, so I don't need to interact with that
That's
God,
true.
an awful man, then perhaps that might be useful. Could you torture him, question him to the point of insanity?
It is worth
Or just make that face. I can't tell that was core of yes. That was
Core's
so
just
hard,
like,
dude.
you're all
Holy shit.
ridiculous.
It is worth mentioning that the Guild of the Adult might be how you say, not good people, and we should not just march right in if they are known for illegal dealings or such.
Yeah, the Gilded Atoll is the island that's sort of off of Ontes. That's the one that you're not sure like why Ontest like didn't like take it over, because that's how they got most of their holdings. Like why they're sort of allowed to do business, because like stuff goes in and out of there, like rare stuff, like exotic things. It's like a big, like, I don't want to say black market, but
That was
like
the first word that came.
think
thing
that
came to mind
vibe.
for me. Yeah.
Like you don't know why it's allowed to continue, but who knows? But that's
It's like the pirate. It's like the rave party version of our pirate island.
but yeah, that's like and that makes sense saying that she smuggled it from there, because they deal with that kind of stuff.
So you're saying we're going to the atoll?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, at least. The hope is that the thing we're looking for is still here on this island.
Ah, marvelous.
It only just happened.
Where next then?
Well, seeing as this was a dead end, let me bring back my notes that I was taking. But we're not ruling out that island yet. It's just, the hope is it's still here. We have, okay. There's been reports of unexpected magical surge things in the Crescent District.
Oh, interesting. Yes, let's go.
I'm not
Wait.
sure how much that has to do with this, but
Unexplained phenomena is my specialty.
okay.
Cooter's like, UFO, let's go.
Should we head in that direction then?
I mean, why not? It sounds like anything going odd and funky around here was always something in common with whatever other odd and funky is going on too.
Wait, before we leave, you mentioned something about antique dealers.
There's
With rare
another
artifacts.
potential lead that you had gotten, that there is an antique dealer who's also in the Crescent that has been telling patrons that he has rare artifacts.
Oh, they're
For
at the
sale.
same place,
Same district.
same district. Okay, so yeah, we have two potential leads in one place. So if you're all finished eating, I suggest we
Oh,
move.
yes. Yes, I am. I'm
We're
ready
on a
to
bit
go.
of a time crunch. I don't think I need to explain why.
No, not at all. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, to the Crescent District.
Yeah. Crescent District is like industry, is what you are basically looking at in this area. So think like all of like the crafters, like the smiths, like masons, like any like sort of artisan is going to be in this district. So you're going just to the west of where you are now, and you were there. It's sort of busy. There's people that have sort of shops out front. So like if someone's like a smith, they have like their forge in the back, and then out front is they've got like a storefront kind of thing. So you were there in the district. And it's busy, people working, people hauling stuff back and forth.
Is
that kind of thing.
there, I guess since this was reported to the watch, is there a general area of this district where these reports came from?
Yes, so it would be more to the southern end of the district, where it would
Southern.
lead you to.
Well, if these notes are anything to go by, we should be able to gather some information that way.
All right.
And I guess we'll pass maybe stop at any antique shops that we might see along the way,
Is there any shops you said?
or anybody that looks like they might be selling antique wares, or if we
Yeah.
see them on the way, then
Yeah, that's going to be further in, so you'll hit this area first.
okay.
So you're sort of looking around the southern area. People are just kind of working, doing their thing. Every place seems busy, other than sort of one shop here. Like there's not like an open forge or anything. It's sort of like a building with like a front door. But you notice that like there's like singe marks outside the building. Like something may have been burned or something like that, and people just aren't going in. The door looks like it had been like refitted, but isn't like quite the same on the hinges, so it's kind of like leaning a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So there's no would core be able to get the sense that these might be markings left behind by a spell of some kind, like a
Make an arcana
Firebolt.
roll.
or something? I don't know if he's really a
Can
magic.
I
Anybody?
check that?
Yeah, go for it.
What are we rolling
I'm
for?
I am
Is it just a
detecting
straight
the
roll?
magics.
Arcana, I think.
Yeah,
right?
trying to figure out what these marks are.
I got a 10.
Oh,
I got a nat 20, so 26.
I got a
Ooh.
21.
Ooh. So Core, being the more sort of divine caster, looks at this and is like, "Yep, something burned." And since you both rolled so highly, both Cooter and especially Taj, look at this. You look at how wide it is, and you're like, "Fireball!" Immediately.
And Kuda looks at Taj, just like, fireball?
That
And
is
she's
what I
like,
thought too.
Fireball.
Care to share what is this?
Oh, fireball.
As in the spell.
As in, fireball.
As in a really big power spell that honestly has no business being set off. Unless you're trying to hurt somebody.
Well, that's good to know. That's got Core cautious about approaching. This is nobody should be able to be casting that's registered, right? Like,
Yeah, there's
like
probably not.
I'm not gonna walk into a shop and somebody's gonna blast me in the face or something.
Yeah, there's probably not a good pathway for someone that's an arcane caster to be able to register and have the ability to use Fireball.
Yeah, that's what
Probably
I'm thinking.
not a
like,
good
this
use
is
case.
kind of, it was just kind of throwing Core off. He's like, well, that's no.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess maybe is the door locked, or can I open it?
Yeah, you can try it. You grab the knob and it seems open.
Peek in.
You open the door and there's like a little ding, like when you open it, like a shop. There's a little shop bell.
Hello?
Sorry, I'm sorry. What was that?
You open the door, it's like ding.
Thank you.
And you go in, and the place looks like shit. Like shelves are knocked over, and you see this very tall, kind of burly furbolg, who's wearing like an apron, has like these little spectacles on, and he's sort of looking, and he looks up. He goes, "I'm so sorry, we're not quite open currently. We had a bit of a mishap."
Yeah. I think we all see that.
And when you walk in, you see in the corner, there's a dark elf woman who sort of has this dark ashen gray skin, bright red eyes, and sort of wearing these robes that are like disheveled. And she's like sweeping on the floor currently, like picking up like broken stuff.
Would somebody mind staying by the door? In case somebody decides
sure.
to flee?
You know, I kind of want a bit of fresh air anyway.
Well, you
Cooter
don't, have
with
to,
her
don't-
amazing
with Cooter.
perception.
you don't have to go outside.
We'll watch the door, and I'm gonna like take Hooter's hand and.
I perceive it's
Okay.
safe.
Yeah.
Okay, Cooter. How much did you drink at the tavern?
Doing my job.
How much did I drink at the tavern?
I will approach the gentleman.
she drank.
She's a little party grandma this morning.
Tipsy. Yeah, she's tipsy.
She took brunch a little too seriously.
She does have like +5 constitution, so
Mm-hmm. So you walk in and he's like, I have nothing to sell you with I do have some of my inventions if you're interested. Sorry.
Not quite.
What was the question?
I'm here on watcher business.
Oh. And he sort of looks at like the woman and looks back at you, and she stands up and she goes, I said I was sorry, Taryn. It was an accident. Did you call the watch? No, I would never do this. I promise I would never.
What?
I like put my hand on Core as like, just stop everything you're doing ever. And I'm like, I like look at the couple and I'm like, it is not about that. I don't know what you're talking about, but we just want to know about the singe marks outside your door. Ignore that he is from the Watcher. He does not really matter here. He is not important.
Excuse me.
I said what I said. And I'm
she
like,
comes
go
up-
on, like, listen.
She comes up to you and she goes, listen, I did everything right. I am registered. I'm allowed to do things. I'm allowed to help Mr. Taryn.
Does not matter about that. I like take her hands and I'm like, that is okay. It does not matter.
She kind of looks at you and whispers. She goes, magic. Help it.
Look, it is okay. We are looking for individuals who might have taken something, and we thought that maybe there was a big fight outside your door, and maybe you knew something.
No, it was me. I was trying to help, and Mr. Taryn was carrying a lot of things, so I thought that I would use my powers, which I'm allowed to do, and to carry things, and then it just happened, and I'm just glad nobody was hurt.
It is all good. And I kind of like give a look to Core, like we're done here.
Wait, is she saying she accidentally cast fireball when she was trying to carry something?
Yeah, she rolled like a 5, so.
she told Taj that she has the wild magic.
Oh, I missed the wild magic part. Okay, I was like, what? How are they
Oh,
teaching
dear.
magic in these schools? Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's all that happened here.
That is all that happened. Everything's on the up and up, and I'm just trying to clean up shop. And
Nobody's injured.
no, everyone's fine, luckily. But if you are interested in purchasing some things, I do have some of my inventions that did survive. If you are in need of, well, I don't believe. No, none of you have mustaches, so that will not benefit you. I have a automated stocking sorter, an olfactory enhancer, perhaps.
Please.
I'm a tinker. That's what I do.
Please. We have a tight schedule.
Right.
We only heard that there was strange phenomenon happening here. We came to investigate. There's no issue.
All right. Well,
As long as everybody's safe, we'll be moving on.
we'll have this place cleaned up by tomorrow, and you're all more than welcome to peruse, and I'll make sure my inventions are out on display.
Inventions, you say?
Yes,
It's just like
I have-
waving from the door.
yes, I have a self-revealing cookie jar, self-refilling cookie jar, where it takes cookies from one jar that's sort of the control, and will refill the other jar when it runs out.
He said it was
But then don't you
self-revealing. I was
still
like,
have to
oh,
refill
no.
the control jar with more cookies so that it can refill the other jar?
Well, yes, but it's a prototype.
Oh, well.
If you know someone with a mustache, I have an automatic mustache twirler.
Oh,
Why would someone need that?
Oh, well, I mean, depends how mischievous you are. Some people need to ease into it. That's wonderful. Great work. Great work, sir.
Thank you. Come back, please. Please come back.
Oh, absolutely. At some point. Yes, yes.
And as you're kind of like fed up with what's going on, Tor, you turn around, and you see sort of a late 30s half elf in the street that's like holding like a bushel of apples and is currently like eating one of them. Like medium height, slender build, has like this chestnut brown hair, a bright green eyes, is sort of wearing like dark colored like clothing, and he's walking by and kind of whistling like out of tune some like ridiculous like song, and here's like the person yelling about inventions in the shop that you're in, and looks over and you lock eyes with him, and you know that this is someone by the name of Jaster Zanor. You have used him as an informant before, and the best way to describe this person is that he is a knucklehead. He always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, swears he doesn't do crime anymore. He tries to be on the up and up, but is, I mean, really just kind of weaselly, to be honest.
Does it look like the apples he has are stolen?
I mean, what does a stolen apple look like?
like, did he purchase that many apples?
I mean, he has like a big bag full of them, and is kind of like chomping on one, and looks at you and goes, "Shit!" and like starts to run.
Well, he did something.
He drops one of the, he drops the bushel and has the one in his hand, and he takes off. And I think there we can go ahead and take our break for the evening, and we can see what's going on with old Jaster when we come back. But thank you all so much. Thank you for the raid, Dead Aussie Gamer. Very much appreciated. And as well as the raid earlier from Blue Cottage D&D. Thank you all so much. We're doing a D&D show, so we're like immersive D&D, but I try to at least say in the chat and make sure you get shouted out and stuff, and I appreciate it. All of the follows and everyone here kind of supporting us. So thank you so much. We'll be back here in just like a few minutes. We're gonna take a little break, so go get some snacks, refill your drinks, and we'll be back here in a few. BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you've gotten some snacks and refilled your beverages. Where we left off is they had just finished investigating the local tinkerer for the spontaneous magical surge in the area. And Core just saw someone he's familiar with see him and run away. So,
Guys.
that's where we will pick right up.
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah, I kind of want to talk to him, so I guess we'll chase him down.
Alrighty.
What's his name again?
His name is Jaster Zanor.
Jester.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jaster.
So
He's
yeah,
a knucklehead.
I'm beginning chasing, and Core's just shouting, Jester!
Let's do a little miniature skill challenge for Core.
Oh, okay.
Since
All
you've
by
taken
myself?
off. We'll let everyone
Are
else
we
come
helping
in.
him or no?
You can in a second. First round will just be Core. You let me know what you want to use, and he's gonna try and escape. He's taken off down the street, basically.
Well, okay, let me see what Core has.
This will also be an easy skill challenge, by the way. So
I'll try to use intimidation just to shout him down, basically, and try to
amazing.
get him to stop in his tracks.
Alrighty, go for it. Roll intimidation.
Because I have surprisingly good intimidation. 18.
Alrighty. He turns back. What do you shout at him?
Jaster, I don't know where you think you're going, but if you want to spend a night in jail, you better stop.
And he turns around and sees your half orc self running towards him. And he turns and looks to you, and then goes to turn around and like knocks over a bunch of like baskets out front of someone's shop that they probably spent like all day weaving, and like takes them out and falls over and scrambles back up. And then I'll ask if Cooter or Emmy or Taj, if they're participating in said chase.
Oh, yeah, he's in charge, so I'm helping. I'm gonna turn into a something fast. No, that might scare people.
When my
Oh,
character
a
sheet
horse.
responds, I'll let you know.
Okay, you're a
I'll,
horse.
I'll stall for time. I'm gonna turn into a horse, and but it looks like a horse, but like it kind of looks like instead of hair, the horse has almost like jellyfishy parts or something. It's like not quite right.
It's a seahorse.
It's a seahorse, and it's got kind of like a greenish tinge to its fur. Anyways, the horse is gonna go, "Arr!" And then I'm gonna run up to Core to be like, "Get on!" But I can't talk, so I'm just like. "Arr!"
While
So
all
there's
that's
no-
happening, Kuda casts Expeditious Retreat and zooms after this man.
Okay. I'm gonna call I'll call yours a success, Cooter. And then what I'll do for Emmy, being a horse to help out, anyone who hops on your back is gonna get advantage on any kind of like athletics, acrobatics, or like anything like that.
Go
Taj.
fast.
I'm gonna use persuasion and try and like convince him to listen and like stop.
Go for it.
Do I know this guy's name? Did the dude say his name?
You
I've
heard
shouted
Core
it.
say Jaster.
Justa, you do not want to do this. I promise you, where you might go is not where you want to be. But if you stop and listen to us, we just want to talk.
Mhm.
When do I roll?
Curtis zooms
Yeah.
in front of him. Stop in the name of the watch, specifically that one, and points at Core.
18. Alrighty. So as this happens, so Kors is sprinting. Jester, dives into some baskets, falls over. Cooter just zooms on out to get past him, and then when he hears Taj like calling, like be nice to him, he like looks around again, like, huh? And like, wait, I don't know you, kind of thing. Like, but you seem nice. Okay, maybe you're not yelling at me about going to jail. You guys easily catch up to him. It was an easy chase. So Good job.
I stay as a horse though, and I just like I like neigh menacingly at him.
yeah.
You better listen to them.
Yeah. Amazing. So you catch up.
You said he's like a small elf lad.
Yeah, he's a little scraggly looking elf lad.
Core, once he catches up, we'll just grab him by the back of his collar and lift him up off his feet.
Come on, Core. I'm just trying to eat here. You startled me.
I thought we were going to be better.
I am better. I'm just eating this apple.
What you paid for?
Of course.
Of course.
If you were just eating an apple, then why did you run?
Have you seen how scary he looks?
I'm handsome.
It's
I'm
not
not
so
The
scary.
horse looks like it's laughing.
This man is terrifying.
I don't know. Ladies, am I terrifying?
He's but the teddy
Curtis
bear.
like,
I like pinch his cheek.
Core's not a bad looking half orc. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say it.
he's just
anyway,
like,
anyway.
agree to
If
disagree.
you were good looking, you asked if you were intimidating, okay?
He's,
Those are not
Fine.
mutually exclusive. Like, you
Yeah.
could be intimidating.
am I?
Yeah.
intimidatingly handsome.
There it is.
Wow. He's like, all right,
I'll-
agree to disagree. Look,
I'll set him back on his feet and kind of like dust off his shoulder.
thank you.
Well, got any news for me? I know you've been around.
I mean, of course I'm
you can help me
around. I
out.
live here. What do you want from me, Core? You just can't say tell me things.
Running into any smugglers of sorts lately?
Whoa, just dropping S-bombs over here. He like looks around. Look, if you're gonna do this in public, you might need to rough me up a little bit, okay? I don't
Watch-
know
watch me
anything
now.
about that, Mr. Watcher. Never heard, never seen, nothing.
So you're saying that you want me to hit you?
I'm saying, if you're gonna ask me that kind of stuff, maybe not do it in the middle of the frickin' street.
I don't have.
Listen,
I like put my hand on his shoulder, like, again, stop talking, like. And I look at the guy and I'm like,
You and I.
what we are looking for does not really concern you unless you are a part of it, but we want to know some information. Maybe we could go somewhere and talk.
thank you. Take me to pretend jail to get me off the frickin' street.
Fine, I'll
Or
just kick him
Pretend
into
to
the
take
nearest
him and we
alleyway.
will go somewhere.
No, Gore's just gonna kick him into the nearest alleyway.
Yeah, I'm going. And you're like out of the middle of the street.
You know, you're kind of the one making the scene here, right?
Look, I know you're new at this kind of stuff, but I thought they'd teach you that in whatever it is you do before you learn how to be whatever you are.
The point is he does not want to seem like a rat in front of people.
He gets it.
I think you're making the mistake of assuming I care.
if you do not give a little bit of care, then we are not going to get anywhere in this investigation. You need to kind of think like the people we are looking for.
I'm sorry. I'm mistaken.
I'll
Who's the watcher here? Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you're all outsiders. I have no idea how things work here.
It is seeming
Oh.
Are
like
you gonna
you
let
are
me
the
do
one
my
that does not
job?
know what is working here. Anyway, that
see.
is not the point.
I see what's going on here. You almost got me, lady. You little good watcher, bad watcher, old watcher, nerdy watcher. Not gonna work on me.
I do not know what you're talking about. Anyways, we're in need of some information that maybe you might know.
What do you want to know?
You're looking for potentially people who might have gotten away with a box. And
A box? What's in the box?
We do not know what's in the box, and if we did know, we cannot talk about it. But what we do know is that it was taken recently, yesterday.
Listen, I know you stick your nose into all kind of shit, alright? I'm assuming you've seen all the ruckus around the Luminarium lately?
I mean, that place is always busy. There's a lot of nice attractions there, I've heard. Plus, there's lots of boxes in Escos. So, I mean, maybe I need something to help me jog my memory a little bit. There's so many boxes here. Have you been to the harbor? So many boxes.
Let me make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You are... what? Looking for money?
Yes. My God. Money. That's how this transaction works. I find stuff
Is
out.
that how it's worked in the past between you and I?
I have reassessed my circumstances because, quite frankly, you ain't got nothing on me this time. So your little "I'll take you to jail" is not gonna work here.
You do realize I can just take you to jail.
No. Go for it. And
I don't
then,
need to have anything on you.
well, I mean, that sounds all well and good, but then maybe I could just talk to, I don't know, maybe Counselor Bjorn.
Oh yeah, you have a connection with them, do you?
I mean, we're in the Crescent. I'm sure he'd
Good
love
friends, right?
to hear the Elysian Watch just taking the people to their tower for no reason. I mean, I'd love for you to do it. I'd love to be rich. I like the little small cakes and sandwiches. Every day I'd have one of those. So please, I'll help you.
How much?
You have no sense of decorum or...
I'm Thor's gonna put his hand on his chest and shove it into the wall. I don't have time for this.
All right. What I got's really juicy. 3 gold, and I tell you all of it.
2 gold. And then if it's juicy enough, you'll get your 3rd.
So he rolled pretty high insight. Does he think that he can believe you?
I'm not lying to him. I'm haggling.
Okay. He's like, all right. You put him down.
I mean, I'm standing right in front of him, but yeah.
Okay. Look, maybe you should lead next time in points to Taj. I like you much better. I would have only asked you for 2 gold.
Spill it, or it's no gold.
All right. Just let me get myself situated a bit here. So, I heard about a little kerfuffle in the crescent on the northeast side. May have, seen somebody get into a little tussle or something. People leaving in a hurry. There was a box involved.
Can
Was it, and where did they go?
All right, well, from what I saw, there was a group of people that came with a box, left in a hurry, didn't have a box, and they left. Now, as far as people inside, I saw them grab a box, go back inside. Now, what's peculiar to me is this particular shop they were running used to be an old buddy of mine who was a mason and then moved out of Escos, went to go work who knows where. And I know that nobody's supposed to be operating out of that shop because he just left. Now, maybe they have a new permit, maybe they're the new people there. I don't know. Little fishy.
Where can we find the shop?
Northeast of the Crescent. Look, you go down this street here, you turn left, you turn right, you go for about 20 minutes, take a left, one more left, and then it's on the right. You can't miss it.
Who should we be looking for?
I don't know, your box? The building?
Wasn't sure if you saw the people and
Maybe
you know
a
what they look like.
quick insight to make sure that
Sure.
he's not just like spitting out nonsense just to get the gold.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have super great insight. 14.
I mean, for you, you've dealt with Jaster in the past. I mean, money's on the line here. You don't know what angle he would have to be lying to you if money's on the line, because that means he's not going to get it.
Other than he's a shady little shit.
He's a knucklehead, yeah. A shyster, some people would say. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Give him a little pat on the cheek. 3 gold.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you.
Next time, just come easy.
Next time, send one of them. And points to the ladies.
I look
Alright.
at Core and I'm like, you are a bit rough around the edges.
That's
And
why
I
he gets
like-
the asshole surcharge.
I like brush his hair behind his ear, like flirting.
Well, we have a location. Off we go.
Bye-bye.
I don't say anything.
Bye. I wave bye
Mm-hmm.
as a horse.
And he's like,
Take
Counting
care of
his
yourself,
gold.
dear.
you too, Grandma. Alrighty.
Okay.
Where's our next stop, team?
Well,
The docks? Did I hear?
wherever the directions he gave us.
I believe it was
North.
go down the street, go right, then left, and go right for 20 minutes, and then go
Cooter
left, and
knows.
it's on the right.
Yeah,
you have
Cooter
the
knows all the
keen mind
things.
Yeah,
She
Cooter
does know.
remembers.
She knows exactly. Wherever that was, that's where we're going.
Just being
I
silly.
remember, follow
You said
me.
the cooter remembers. The cooter
Yeah.
remembers.
Oh,
Cooter
man.
will remember that.
Oh my god, why is that
Yeah.
so menacing?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because it's
So
always
good.
menacing when that little pop-up comes up. Barry will remember that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh
Fantastic.
god, why did I choose that?
You're like, I made a mistake. Load.
Oh, no.
Alrighty, so you follow their directions. Good old Jaster. And his directions are slightly wrong. You have to take a right instead of a left in one point, and it's on the other side of the place. But it's generally where he said, and you can see that there's one sort of building that looks like a little less like well kept than the rest of the others, and this probably is what he was talking about.
If we could, let's like host up for a second, like across the way from it.
Sure.
Probably.
Also, question.
Yes.
When we started this adventure, has it been a new day or like
No.
is it like the same day as last time?
It is the 18th of Quintus, so tonight will be the full moon celebration, and it's currently like a little after midday.
Okay.
So
but
the thing with Azric was just like earlier.
yeah, that was like first thing in the morning.
Damn,
Well,
it's been a rough day for us.
I guess the question is like when we met Core, like as a person who needs to do spells every day, I just want to know like
Yes.
when did we sleep and like how long have I had these spells, I guess is the
So
question.
you
I was just
last-
confused because she wasn't here when we
Mhm.
would have known.
So you last slept at Jacinda's place. So the adventure last session was the start of a new day in which you would have gotten to pick spells.
Okay. So I must have picked spells then, probably.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
No, what I'm
just wanted
saying
to
is
make
she
sure.
wasn't here in that episode, so
No, I was.
She was here in that episode.
I was here in the last if you're talking about last week, I was here.
no, not
The-
last week.
She was here that time too.
Oh. I was just thinking there was a time when she wasn't here. Maybe that's why she didn't pick spells, but never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, the
Sorry,
last
my
one
bad.
is when Hayden was turned. You know, when they dragged Hayden. That was the end of that last episode. The new episode was they stayed at Jacinda's house, woke up, and then went to the Luminarium, and then got involved in the investigation. And then this
Okay.
is the same day after that. It's just you're just going. So the first thing that day was trying to get Hayden fixed, seeing the thing blocked off for the Luminarium, and then getting kind of swept up into this investigation.
Okay, so that was the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess like the question is like when we met Core, were we leaving like the next day, like,
Same day.
and then like we all woke up bright and early and like
No, same
between
days.
as we're going down and like
Mhm.
now has been a new day is like
Nope.
okay, cool.
Same day. So last episode was like early morning to like brunch time, and then this episode is like brunch time till like late afternoon.
Gotcha.
This
Okay.
was in like back to back to back. So, okay. So you were going to post up across the way for this place. This last I heard.
Yeah. Since I know that Emmy, well, you already. I was gonna ask Emmy to scout the place as like something small, but you already used a wild shape.
No. But I have bucket.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't have to use a wild shape. I can use this is my friend Bucket. Would
Do
you
you
like to
still a
meet
horse?
him? Bucket, say hi to. Oh
Are you
no,
still a horse?
I turned outside of a horse. It was itchy.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like it was like a horse like neighing at us and we're just like, what is happening right now?
No,
Like-
sorry, I forgot to. I think I said it, but it was muted. Sorry. So now I'm just gonna show Bucket to Core.
yeah, that's great. And
He can
it
scout
can.
for us.
Okay,
Mhm.
probably be a good idea before we approach the building.
Okay. Is there like a little door crack he can like slide under? He's very small.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty dilapidated. The door's closed, but
Okay, be extra quiet. I believe in you. You
Mhm.
got this. And I'm gonna put him down on the ground, and he's gonna.
Mhm.
He's doing this little crab dance, crab rave, off into the building.
So you make it up to the building. He's gonna squeeze in through some under the door, what have you. And inside, he's gonna see sort of a dark, like large, like room. There's a sort of a hearth in the fireplace. Embers are still burning in there. There are some like scraps of paper in there. There's some on the floor. There's a table that's been overturned, some chairs that were overturned. And the place
Emmy's gonna be saying all this to the group, by the way.
and the place looks pretty bare at this point. Nobody that you can see in there.
I don't see anyone in there. I think it's empty.
Shall we?
Up to you.
I guess I will approach the door carefully.
Okay.
I guess, I don't think it would be trapped, but couldn't hurt to look.
Sure. Make an investigation roll.
Just in case they don't want anybody to be in there. Investigation. Oh. 10.
Alrighty. A 10. So you are sort of looking around, and you notice as you're sort of looking through like a crack in the door that there is what looks like something across the bottom of the doorway. Like maybe a wire of some sort.
Not another step further.
Do you need me to take a look, sir?
Sure, just be extremely careful.
She takes out her like tinkering tools to like just have a look at
What is this situation here?
So as Core points it out to you, and now it's like visible to everybody that you know what it is. It is clearly like a hastily made like tripwire, some kind of trap. And you could try and disarm it.
Can I try and disarm it? What do I need for that?
you're a artificer. You've got proficiency in thieves tools and all that other stuff.
I do.
So
Corner's
roll,
gonna take 30 feet back and
Mhm.
suggest everybody else does the same.
What do I need to roll something? What am I rolling?
yes, roll d20 and add a 2 to it.
All right, here we go. Let me take a look at this. What have we got here? That's a 17.
17. So you see clearly as you're peeking through this little crack here, and the wire's a little slack, and you notice as you open the door a bit, it starts to tighten, and you sort of open it up to like its threshold so you can get in and kind of work on it. And you take your thieves tools and you can trace it back, that it sort of goes up, like over and up, and then above the door there's like a bundle of like alchemist fire that if you swung the door open it would just drop it on the doorway. So you're basically able to like grab the cable, cut it, keep it from falling, and then you slowly lower, and you can add 3 alchemist fire to your inventory if you'd like.
Oh,
nice.
bunch of amateurs.
Yeah, it looks very either amateur or they were in a hurry and didn't have time to do it properly.
We clear?
Yes, all looks clear to me, I dare say, yes.
Well, just to be sure, I'll go in first.
Mm-hmm, sir, after
Oh,
you.
wait,
Yes,
wait, wait. I'm gonna
Yes,
give you
yes.
some help. I'm gonna cast on Core enhance ability.
Mhm.
And what's investigation? Is that intelligence? I'm gonna give him Fox's cunning.
Okay.
So that hopefully he'll find stuff. You have advantage on any intelligence checks you make.
Cool. Thank you.
Nothing's gonna get past y'all now. You got 3 super sleuths in the party.
Oh wait, we have intelligence. Should I have given you perception instead?
No, my int score is baseline. Like,
Okay.
it's a +0 to my.
I also already have a, what was that, 20 perception, so
Mhm.
give something
You're
else.
observant. So you all are sort of in this
Nothing gets
area,
past me.
and you can see that it's pretty empty or so. Table is overturned. There's the fireplace and the hearth. There's like pieces of paper that have like burned mostly. There's papers like all over on the ground and stuff that you can see. It's like either like maybe something happened, but you'll have to maybe make some rolls to figure out like if you can surmise like what's going on, like what you're looking for. And that can
Yeah, I
be any
guess
of y'all
I'll-
because you're all here.
I guess we'll look at some of the scraps of paper that were left.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
And that's with, now I have advantage?
Yes. And if anyone else wants to look for anything or the same stuff, just let me know and we can make a bunch of rolls. We'll just do them one at a time so I can kind of keep track. So I'll do Hayden
I'm
first. You're looking.
always wanting to perceive around anything interesting.
11.
11. Yeah, you're looking and there's like some scraps of paper that were burned. You're really not sure what to make of some of this stuff. Anybody else gonna look?
Caller, is there anything specific you're keeping your eyes out for?
Anything that might give us a clue as to who's involved, maybe what they're after. I mean, we know what they took, but maybe their plans, maybe where they might have gone to.
Kuda looks around for any kind of like markings, notes,
Yeah.
whatever
make it-
she
Can I,
Investigation.
hidden chambers.
mm,
Eh, 20 with a 16.
20 total. So first off, you're looking at what Core is looking at, and you see that there's a sort of a scrap in the back of like the firebox that's not completely burned through. So you snag it and you look on the piece of paper, and it's sort of half burned, but some of the words that you would make out here are at nighttime, from the roof, interference, and then you see at the bottom BAR, like a signature.
B-A-R. Do you know a B-A-R?
What I have any idea.
Cooter remembers everything from the past month.
Yeah, she does. She just
and
doesn't know that she knows, you know.
Cooter knows, and then I almost said Hayden. Whoops. Core. Core would also know from his paper that they had questioned someone at the museum named Bartholomew, and Cooter had met them with some of the other rest of the party when they were touring the museum.
B-A-R, but is it just like, does it look like it's just the start of the name? Is that
Yeah,
why?
it's burned off the rest of it.
Yeah,
You got like
right.
a half page.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is Bartholomew, yes? Was that his name? Wasn't he the bloke who isn't he the guy who got injured? Or was that the
No,
other guy?
That's
Roderick.
the Sir Roderick. Bartholomew is
Yeah,
is
right.
the
That's
is
right.
the small
He was the
guy
other
who
one.
you suggested to give a tour, like to make that a thing at the museum.
Ah, yes.
And he was questioned, and he said, "I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, had no idea this happened."
Uh-huh.
He seemed like such a straight-up chap when he took us on a tour of the museum. That was quite insightful. Wait, he took us on a tour of the museum. He would know everything, wouldn't he?
It was an inside job.
Let's just take things as they come, all right? He was already questioned, claimed he didn't know anything, but I don't know how good of a job they did.
Otherwise.
Yes, I was just going to say that. I don't know who did the questioning and how good of a job they did.
Hmm.
So, keep that in mind. Anybody find anything else?
Couple things. Core, you would know that officially the investigation into the break-in at the Luminarium is under the jurisdiction of the city guard. That was kind of a friction point when they overheard Nixara talking, but you would know since you're in the watch. The sort of jurisdiction was given to the city guard from the chancellor, and some of the watch was not happy about it because of the sensitive nature, but you're sort of running your own sort of investigation. So for all you know, maybe the city guard questioned him, maybe they didn't do a good job. This is kind of speculating for now. Cooter, as you had specifically mentioned, like hidden things, with that, as you're looking through and you grab this like piece of paper and you come up and you show it to the rest of the group. You notice that there is one of like a brick that's loose on the fireplace here.
Oh, look at this. This brick is loose.
Can I move it? Can I like pull it out?
Yeah.
Or
Try
well,
it.
she tries. She's kind of pawing at it, trying to get her like claws in there.
Yeah, you can pull it out if you'd like.
Someone a bit more dexterous, mind.
With her -1 dexterity.
Oh, is nobody gonna help poor Cooter?
I mean, will it be a
I'm
dex
also a
thing,
negative
or-
one.
No, it's just you could just pull it out. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
a loose
I'll-
brick.
I got a +6 to strength. I'll just
Yeah, you yank it.
Yeah.
Okay. You yank it out, and then sort of a finely rolled up piece of paper. That's about like yay big. Maybe I don't know, like less than a foot. Is rolled up and has like a little string tied to it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yep.
Open it up.
You open it up.
And I die.
Yes.
And
yes.
you die.
The fireplace explodes.
Again.
Everyone's dead. Sorry. New campaign. No, there's a like a letter in here, and the text that it says, "Tally ho, when did you want to see your old Gramps? You know I've got baskets to weave, but you can come by my shop if you can't wait. If you can hold off for just a little bit, I'll drop by and bring you some sweeties, Susanna. Be good for your mother. Go catch some butterflies."
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Didn't we pass a basket shop on the way here?
Did we? No.
I think it was
I
he
heard
like knocked
something
over
that-
some baskets. but there's lots of basket weavers in Escos.
Oh.
Putting on detective brain. Does this?
That's a very creaky brain you've got there.
Does this seem to Core like it could be just like a cryptic message? Like there might be clues within like a code or something? Or does
Make
this seem like a?
an insight.
Oh, great!
Oh, nice. Can you
Inside.
post it into the chat too so I can read it again?
I already did.
Oh, thank you.
Come on, give me something. Oh, damn it. 9.
9.
I'm rolling
What's
so.
Taj's insight?
I'm rolling
Yeah,
so
anybody
average.
else want to roll
today.
some insight?
I'm not very insightful myself.
Me either, but I'll try.
Just give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll try.
You're
We're all
like, oh,
reading
that's
it.
sweet. Old grandpa
Nope.
talks to his granddaughter.
4.
Yeah, nope.
4, yeah.
Yep, I got a 5.
hmm
11?
11. Emmy, you look at this, you're like, why is grandpa's letter hidden behind a brick in some creepy place that you're investigating a heist?
Surface dwellers are so weird. Why would you hide a letter like this? It seems normal and nice. I don't know why you would hide it. Is that normal? Like to hide your favorite possessions?
No. That's kind of why Core was like, this
So
doesn't
you-
make sense.
Your suspicions
Also, the
are
grammar is
raised.
all wrong. There should be a question mark after the first sentence. I also don't know what tally ho means. I've never heard that before in my life, so it must be a misspelling. Also, be good for your mother. That's not a proper way to start a sentence. I don't know if any of that's relevant.
And I don't think I have anything.
Who's
You-
Susanna? Have we met a Susanna since we've been here?
No.
Just a name.
Yeah, I'm a paladin. I don't have much I can do to divine anything else from this.
I can do something. What was it? An insight check?
You already did,
No, I know, but that's what we would need, right?
but you already made your check.
Right. I'm saying something's off about it. Can I cast enhance ability on somebody and give them like a wisdom bonus?
No, you've already made the check. is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay. I don't know. That's all I got, man. I can meld into stone. You want me to meld into that fireplace? That's all I got. Does the letter smell like anything? Would that be investigation? To smell something?
I'll give you that one for free. That'd be a perception, but it smells like fireplace.
Okay. Just check in. Emmy's gonna sniff the letter and then she's gonna lick it slightly.
Tastes like smoke.
It tastes like smoke. I didn't get anything out of that.
So this just seems all wrong to me. I can't quite pinpoint it. But-
Yes, I can't either.
Another one of our things was there was a potential antique dealer that has been trying to sell particularly rare artifacts.
There's, if y'all think you're done here, you could leave, but it's not all.
Well, I was gonna say I might not have a reason to speculate this, but if this was a note meant to throw somebody off,
Did anyone do detect magic in here yet?
I
I'll
don't
cast
have
that.
it.
I'll do that. Can I do it as a ritual?
Yeah. What's your passive perception, Cooter? It's like 20 for observant.
Yeah. Well,
you-
there's like 19 and there's 20. There's like perception and investigation.
this would be perception, or it would be both. Actually, you notice. So I'll say this: you notice in the area, like the overturned table, you can see like scuff marks. You can see a large dent in the bottom of the wooden floor. So there was definitely like some kind of scuffle that happened in here, and it's weird that it's just all empty.
I wonder where they went. What do you mean there's a hole in the floor? What kind of hole? A dent? What kind of dent does it look like? I'm going to look at the dent.
Something large was dropped on the ground.
Something large was dropped on the ground. It made this dent in the floor.
What could have made that much damage? That's a big dent.
Maybe a
That's
box.
heavy. Yeah, a box, but like
a really heavy chest with things in it.
but
Potentially.
we're only looking for a small chest.
Something thrown.
Oh,
Is there anything else in here that what happened with the magic?
So you're ritually casting detect magic, right?
Yeah.
And there is, when you cast it, there is sort of faint traces of magic in this area. And it sort of emanates from like this dent in the floor that Cooter is looking at.
oh,
And you see like the faintest trail just sort of like leading out of this place.
follow the trail. I wait for no one. I don't want to lose it.
Okay. So Emmy bursts out the door. You see like a trail that's sort of heading back to the east. You're in the northeast part, so it's heading like southeast at this point.
Guess we follow.
Yep,
Oh.
yep, I'm following. I can see it too.
I'll yell after them. Hurry up!
This way, this way.
So you're back out onto the streets here, and you can see that like it's just like it's almost like it's a residue, if that makes sense. It's not like detect magic, ping, 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 ping. It's like something was like left over. Maybe something happened.
Like
This
the
is really
memory
weird.
of magic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
so
really
this isn't
weird.
normally how the spell would work. So this is
No.
probably like really powerful magic or really weird magic, right?
Potentially.
Hmm.
Maybe some of your smart friends could help you deduce some of that stuff.
Yeah, I know about magics.
Yeah,
Which this isn't. This
I make
isn't
like an
normal,
arcana
right?
check.
Absolutely.
16.
16. So you are very keenly aware of like, okay, I've read about or know about like detect magic, right? And how Emmy is currently using it. And I believe that Hooter has used it as well in your party, if I'm not mistaken. So from your understanding, is detect magic is like you can sense a presence of magic within like a certain range of where you are. At this point, you've very much exceeded that range where she should have found anything. So it's strange to you that this thing that she's following is not like within like 30 feet of her, right? And it should be like a faint aura around like someone or something, that kind of stuff. You would. Yeah, so there are some ways for the magic to be like sealed where it's undetectable. There's some materials that can do that, but this is very strange in that she is able to pick something up that's like not in the vicinity. So you kind of confirm her suspicions and say, okay, number one, this is weird, so that's obviously a check mark in the weird column. Number two, if something can leave like a trace of just like, hey, magic was here, that's got to be some powerful shit.
As we're following, I'm just gonna like look to Tosh. What did she find something?
Basically, like relay all that to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Weird, powerful. Check.
Weird, powerful. Okay.
Taj, do you think this could be the thing that was stolen?
It might be. It has said that the item is maybe could do something bad to the world, and if it is a weird magic that nobody really knows or is not researched, and we know how people feel about magic, so
That's true. They're really scared of magic out here. Okay, I'm gonna keep following it. Oh, wait, should I keep following it? Because it could be dangerous, right?
no, we should definitely keep following it. Yes.
Okay. But don't let me get blown up.
There are no promises, but I will try.
Okay. I'm gonna keep following the magic.
Yeah, so it's concentration for 10 minutes. You make your way to like the southeast. You get a few blocks away, and then your detect magic is gone. So you can ritual again or cast again or what have you.
If you don't want to cast again, I actually do have that. But I don't know if it will work the same for me.
Well, for a ritual,
mean?
we don't have to use a spell slot, so we can just recast it.
I can just do it with a spell.
Right?
Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
I vote. I use a spell. So you have it as a spell, is what you're saying for core?
Yeah.
I said we each take turns so that we all only lose one spell slot, but we don't waste time doing rituals. That'd be my vote. I'll go first.
How long does a ritual take?
10 minutes.
I thought it just... Oh, it's 10 minutes to do the ritual, and then it lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the detect magic is just for 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna cast a spell. It's fine. I don't have any other useful spells anyways. So today.
Okay.
So I'll cast it, and I'm gonna keep following.
Yeah, you cast.
So that's another
spell.
10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes. You see think of like contrails. It's kind of like that, like a very faint, like wispy, like magic used to be here at some point in time kind of thing. And you continue to follow it. What's your travel pace like here?
We're moving pretty quickly, I think.
I'd say quickly, yeah. We don't want to
We're
lose
not
it.
like speeding, but we're not like...
Mhm.
We're definitely not dragging our feet.
Okay.
like
be a
walking
brisk jog.
briskly.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
a light jog, but
like a
more of
mall
like
walker.
Yeah, we're mall walking. Yeah, we all pulled out our white tennis shoes. Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so you're briskly walking through the streets, and you make it sort of like the edge of the crescent where you were in this district, and you're sort of on the edge of like where the crescent meets Dusk Harbor, and like where Dusk Harbor connects with like everything else kind of thing, and it leads into Dusk Harbor. And you go for another 10 minutes, you reach the edge or so, and then your 10 minutes is up.
Okay, so that was one spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to use one of theirs? You want me to use another?
I can cast it.
Look at all these detectives.
Yes.
Feels weird
alright.
to have things like this to do. I want to.
What's
Just
that?
call us the Hardy Boys Club or something. Nancy, Drew, and crew.
Yeah. The Cooter Club. Got it.
Oh god.
No.
Cool.
Golden
Yeah.
coots.
Core's Angels.
Course angels. I love that one.
All right. So you cast it, Cooter, and you can see the same thing that Amy was describing. and you lead the way, and you sort of go through, and you take a turn to the south, and it sort of is going to lead you to the south, and you make it about maybe a quarter way through the district. You're like right in the heart of Dusk Harbor. You're right where like the floating markets are. People are preparing for like the event tonight, and then your 10 minutes are up. But from what you saw, it was just like due south, and the sort of, I mean, due south, there's shops, there's a tavern, there's like shipping and handling for ships, and the harbor is kind of what your direction is.
I can cast it this time if you want. Yeah. Core just grabs his amulet, and it briefly flashes, and that same flash briefly appears in his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I cast it.
Yeah, you see the magical contrails as you're going through, and you're making good pace, and you sort of make your way up to the harbor. It's somewhere here. You know that it's in the harbor somewhere as you're running through, and you make it to the harbor, and then that's when your detect magic goes up. So another one of these will sort of give you like the direction of where everything's going, because you're going through a giant ass city. Like you've like spanned like a third of like the city. Okay, you're gonna cast it.
Yeah, I'd rather them keep their spell slots, and I can always turn into an animal one more time. So
okay,
10 more minutes.
Yep,
he's rolling.
Okay,
I know we're about to get like ambushed.
So you make your way, you go to the harbor. You know that the unfortunate is to your right, and this leads you to your left, and you make your way sort of down the docks here, and then you reach a point where it stops, and then you look down the road, down an alleyway, down the back of the way you came, and as you're turning, you realize it leads to the water. And just as you are looking to see where it leads, you can see a ship that had maybe shoved off 20 minutes prior, maybe, that is currently leaving the dock. It is a small, like a schooner type ship, small, fast, minimal crew. Not too unlike what you have currently, if I remember correctly.
Core just says, "Damn it. We can't lose that ship."
Oh, well, this is our ship right here. We can go. Let's take our ship.
What, this one here?
Yeah, that one. It's like painted black, sort of, and it says the unfortunate.
Who can sail
It's
it?
really
Isn't
funny,
your
but
captain-
Azric usually explains it. I don't understand it.
Is your captain the dead one right now?
We'll make it work. I think we've picked up a couple of things watching them do what they do. Where's the crew? Is the crew in the tavern? Should I go and sound the alarm?
Ascending?
Are you all going to
pretty
the
much be on the-
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
is the crew like on the ship, just like chilling?
Enough of the crew. We don't need the whole crew.
So you make your way up to the ship, and you can see that Kurzak is sort of keeping things sort of going on the ship. And he looks, are we leaving? Where's Captain and Mr. Hayden?
Oh, it's a long story, dear. We will come back for them, but they're both indisposed. We have to help them. Come on, son. Come on.
Wait, the half part of the crew's taking their leave for the day at the tavern.
Well, we gotta get them. Let's go. Let's go.
And you see Kurzak just starts like barking orders to people. Get the ship in ship shape. Pull those sails down. And he points
How
to.
far is the ship?
It's just left. It's like pushed off maybe like 10 minutes ago at the edge of the harbor.
I feel like
Okay,
Core needs
are we worried?
to go and warn like his people.
Yeah, I actually have another idea. Are we worried we might lose it? Like, it might get out of sight soon if we don't do something quickly? Wait, question. If I turn into a dolphin, can I make it to that ship?
How long can you be
I don't
an
understand
animal?
the math.
How long can you be an animal?
An hour.
An hour? You
Yeah.
could. You could go to that ship.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn to Taj. Does Taj have sending? Do I know that?
I don't have sending.
Do you have message? How far does message go?
120 feet.
Shit.
So this is kind of the situation now. If y'all drag your feet, the ship will be gone. You have no information about it whatsoever. If you go and get everyone on the ship, there might be a chance you can catch up to it. Or if Emmy is going to turn into a dolphin and just go, that hour would be enough to go out there, look, and then come back. And round trip, you would be normal when you got back.
I'm not thinking about coming back. I'm trying to get on the ship so they can track me somehow.
I don't know all the magical capabilities of the party, so y'all have to look through your
I
spells.
know.
If
That's why I
capable.
was like trying to think real quick, but it's hard to think fast. Like Emmy would know what people can do, but
I don't have anything like that.
Yeah, I definitely.
I don't
can't
have
do that.
tracking or anything like that. Wait, so let me get this straight. What's the situation with the crew? Like, why can't we just get on our ship and go follow them?
So at this point, kind of like what you saw earlier in the day, a portion of the crew is in the tavern. They're drinking, they're eating.
We just have to
and-
rally them.
Yeah, like,
so
How many do we need?
if you don't leave with a full crew, your ship will be slower. You'll be back down to a skeleton crew, so that ship will more than likely outrun you.
Okay.
And how
how far
far
away
is
is
the
the tavern?
tavern from here?
It's right on the harbor. It's the
Is it
closest one.
120 feet?
Sure.
I just like send a message to the crew, be like, hey guys, we need you to come back now.
Gotcha.
And like we
Um,
like start prepping the ship while we're waiting for them.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm gonna start swimming just in case. But my plan is to come back if
You're
needed. But I
dolphining?
want to get the name of the ship at the very least.
Okay. So you point and you know, and we'll just say from conversations on the way that you know that Gear and Barry are definitely in the tavern. So you can choose if you want to talk to Gear or Barry, whichever one you would like. That's for Taj. You let me know which one and what message you send them.
Oh, what was the difference between the two? Was there a difference?
They're both halflings. If I remember correctly, Barry was the one that started the whole rumor that the bell was haunted, and then Gear followed along, and then those are those
Wasn't
two.
the other two
Oh, I
there
wasn't
too?
sure if there was like a level drunkenness or whatever, but yeah, it doesn't matter who hears it. Like,
Sure.
let's just say Barry.
And Swift and Boulder are there too, you know for sure. Those are from the Banshee that came over to help. But yeah, so you call out to I think you said Barry.
Yeah.
You reach out to Barry. What do you say to him?
Hey, it is time to come back to the ship. We need you ASAP. It is right now. We need you at that moment. Come back to the ship.
Yeah, right away, ma'am. I'll get everyone on the ship. All right. And he seems like hurried, like, oh, time to go. Like, we're getting back on the boat. And you have a question?
Yeah. Is there can I see from where we are, is there anybody from the watch at the dock with all the stuff going on? Like now
Not-
that stuff has shifted sort of in this area, are there more watch people here at all?
Most of them are up at the Luminarium and are keeping the crowd back for the investigation in the Citadel. Are you just trying to like check in with somebody and let them know, or?
Well, if I could find one, I was going to just give them a message to alert Nixara that we're on the trail of the item, and that they, send help if needed.
Yeah, you can. Just what I'll have you do.
While the ship's being prepped and it's they're getting
yeah.
stuff set up.
Just make a quick perception roll and see if you can spot somebody quickly.
Perception.
Oh gosh, I hope it's that kid from earlier that was terrified.
He was somewhere else, right?
Who knows where his errands would have taken him today?
All right. Perception. Oh, come on. Wait, do I have anything to make my perception better?
You tell me.
No. Damn it. I'm only paladin. Okay.
What'd you roll?
That's not bad. 17.
17. So you know most of the watch is stationed around the Luminarium. And you don't see any in sight, but you do see a few city guards. If you wanted to give them a message.
Sure. I'll approach them. And I'll kind of just clasp one on the shoulder and kind of show him my rank.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, this
What
is
I do for
urgent.
you? All right.
This is urgent.
Right. Got it.
I need you to find the nearest watcher at the Luminarium, wherever.
Okay.
Tell them Watcher Core has located something of importance, and we need presence at the dock.
All right.
Immediately.
Oh, all right, all right. And he looks at the other two guards, and they just shrug their shoulders, and he just takes off and starts jogging towards the Lotus Heights. And while that's going on, you see about like 5 or 6 people stumble out of the tavern. A couple of them still have like cups in their hands. You see Barry like take one back and toss the cup. And then you see someone's like, "You gotta pay for that." She comes out and he's like, "Put it on the tab." And she's like, "We don't do that here." And they just start taking off, and you see like Boulder is like running through, Swift is like going through the crowd and like jumping over shit, and Gear and Barry are just being Gear and Barry. And then you see that Perzak is like shouting orders, and he's like, "So we're ready to go soon enough, as soon as we get everyone aboard." And he looks at Cord and goes, "Who the fuck is that?"
Does he say that to me directly?
You're there, but he's asking his crew, his superior officers, who you are.
As in, he's asking us.
He's asking like Taj and Emmy and Cooter, since y'all are the officers.
Emmy's not there.
Oh yeah, not
Oh
Emmy.
yeah, Emmy's.
So Taj and Cooter.
He is an ally of ours. It's not for you to worry about. 'Cause we need to find this ship over there, and we need to catch it up as quick as we can.
Right, as long as it doesn't go poking around too much.
No, you won't be poking around. You will be sitting right here with us. Now, Curly, we are wasting time. What are you doing?
Whoa, and you see like Barry come aboard, and like they pull up the gangplank, and he's like, "All right, let's go." And then they pull on the sails. They start shoving off. A bit of a process, of course, but they're getting the ship underway. And Emmy, as you are dolphining as fast as you can dolphin your heart out, and you can see the sort of smaller ship. It looks kind of like similar build as yours, but much sleeker. It looks like newer, more well made.
It's nicer.
It's much nicer.
Okay.
And it's like if you were gonna buy like a little like schooner, like fast light ship, and you had like unlimited budget, that's what you would build probably.
Does it look like our ship's gonna have trouble catching it?
It just looks nice.
Okay.
And maybe trouble catching it. It's not like out of your league or anything like that.
Okay.
But
I was
it's
just making sure I wasn't not picking something up that you were trying to tell me. So
it's nicer. It has a few more guns than you all do. But when you swim up to it, you can clearly see the name of this ship.
Okay.
And I will tell you as soon as I find my place where I will. Oh man.
Can I ask a question about ships that Emmy might know just from having been on one for a while now?
Sure.
How do anchors work?
How anchors work?
Yeah, like is there
So-
like a rope I can cut and then the anchor's down and there's nothing they can do about it? Or is that not how anchors work?
Depending on like how deep water you are, what the anchor does is it hits the bottom of the ocean floor and like catches on stuff and drags.
Like how does it, what's the mechanism for like, okay, so like if we were playing Sea of Thieves, I would go jump on someone's ship and I would drop their anchor. But I don't know if that's
Yes.
how it works in non-video games.
I think it takes a little bit more effort than that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, could Emmy do it alone though? It just might take more time.
You would get caught probably trying to do
yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
That's what I was trying to figure out, is if it's something I could run up there and be like, whoopsies, or if it would be like, yeah, stop that kid.
But anyway, this is
Just
the
an idea.
Reckoner is the name of the ship.
it. The
by the way.
Reckoner?
The Reckoner.
The Reckoner?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell? You guys thought our name sucked. Ours is way better than this. What is it?
I mean,
The Reckoner.
Mm-hmm.
it's
They sail and they reckon.
Mm-hmm. It's like a reckoning,
those
but you're the
Sometimes
one
they
doing
wreck
it.
while they reckon, and
Mhm.
I actually think they got their name from the same book we got ours from.
the book of many synonyms.
Mhm.
Is it like reckon? Like you,
Yes.
like I reckon, or it's like wreck, like WRE,
Like reckoning.
like reckoning. Okay.
It was a cool band name in 2001, okay?
So Emmy, you've got the information that you have currently. There is a light amount of crew on the ship that you can see, but you know you're at the point of, if you don't turn around and go back, then you're gonna change back before you get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, what say you? What do you do?
I'll go back to my friends.
Okay.
I don't want to split the party.
So you dolphin back to the ship. You see that it's underway. You can get back up without any issue currently.
And I'll go straight away to Taj and Core and tell them the name of the other ship
Mhm,
and how many crew were on it that I saw.
mhm.
And that it looks way nicer than our ship.
Way nicer.
Like way nice. It's like way nicer. It's like they paid twice as much as we did for the paint job.
They got exhibit to like do their ship.
Pimp their ship, yeah.
Pimp my ship.
Did they seem to be friendly? Did you see any people?
I saw people, yeah. But they were just sailors. I don't know any of them.
Hmm.
Did I know any of them?
No. It's actually a gnome tinkerer named Exabit who does the paint job for them. Slightly different, but
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
anyway, so as you get back on the ship and prepare to chase down the Reckoner, that's where we'll end our episode tonight.
No!
Yeah. So thanks so much, everyone, for watching this evening and being part of our little game here. Thanks also for all the follows. We very much appreciate all the support,
Yeah,
as well as the
thank you.
many raids. I know that the Forest of Lore raided us just a little bit ago, as well as some earlier that I called out. So thank you very much for supporting us. If you're new here,
Thank you.
this is our second campaign. You can go check out our YouTube. It has our first campaign and some other fun things, as well as on Thursdays we do like a little behind the scenes interview after each episode. So if you want to get some of the tea spilt after the to figure out what's going on, you can go watch those, or go check out our Patreon. Every little bit helps us, gets us cool maps when there's combat, gets us like fun music to play in the background for more immersion. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Wait, do we get MVP? We're not doing that?
Let's do an MVP vote then.
Can I nominate someone for MVP?
Sure,
Or do you want us to all
do it.
fight for it?
Nominate.
I
Go
was
for
just
it.
going to say that I think VS should get it for Core
Core's been pretty great.
because he's pretty great. And that one part where he made that face at us, I legit thought VS was mad at us for like a good minute. And it was too good.
I picked up what he was putting down, but it was great.
It was like,
Fantastic.
Oh, that's really good acting. Wait, is he acting?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I'm used to not
Okay.
taking things personally during showtime, so I
Mhm.
was like,
Yeah.
yes.
That's a good stance to take for sure. Because some of my NPCs can get wild too, so it's not me. But yeah, for core, take that. Take that.
I don't think I could ever
inspiration.
be mad at you guys.
Oh,
Aw, now he gets
But-
2 inspirations.
oh no, just
No?
one.
No?
Only
Okay,
one
just
for
one.
you. But anyway, we'll be back on Monday evening for Tome of Knowledge, our little podcast about D&D in general. Wednesday or Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Our own Bunny Dreadful is going to be doing an art stream.
We've been drawing
Uh,
some Baldur's Gate characters just for something to do.
Yeah.
So
And
if you want
then,
to see our characters, come hang out.
Yeah,
I'd like to see core.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. I also need to draw core. Now he's gonna be with us for the episode. Maybe I'll draw core next time. I don't know. Tell me over in the Discord what you guys want to see on the next art stream.
Sure. And with that, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.